Hey, welcome to our Midweek Connection. Do I ever have a surprise for you? I hope that you'll think it's a surprise. But I'm out here at the W Bar M Ranch where there's been a new baby born. Mia had a little foal, and her name is Ember. And today we are going to just share Ember with you. Last Thursday night, it was my privilege to get to see the great birthing event of the year. We've been waiting for a long time for Mia to have her little foal, and she arrived just as I was pulling into the park, and I got out in time to see the last part of the birthing. And what an amazing thing. Ember is a cross between a, well, hello, Mia, sweetheart. Well, hi, sweetie. You come up to say hi? Tell about your baby? Oh, sure. Oh, sure you can, sweetie. Well, Ember, like I was going to say, Mia is a Morgan, and she was bred by a Frisian, so the little Ember is what we call a Moresian. And really sweet, little beautiful. We're going to get some video over here a second where you can really see her, but she's black as midnight and beautiful. You know what? I love baby anything, and you probably do too. Baby puppies, baby lambs, and cows, just anything that's baby, I love. There's just something special about a baby animal. And this little foal, she is really very special. Oh, she's right behind me. Ooh, how cool is that? She is a wonderful creation, and that's what I want to spend some time talking about today. Sharing some kind of interesting facts about these little characters. And also, it's okay, sweetheart. You can stand right there. You'll be my book stand. About how God has made some really amazing creatures for us to enjoy. And so today, I want to share with you some rather interesting facts. So you're being good, honey. You're perfect. I want to share some interesting facts with you about a foal. But to think today about how God in His infinite wisdom and in His great creative genius brought all of this about. I'm reading in the book of Genesis where it says, "In the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. God made the wild animals according to their kind, the livestock according to their kind, and all the creatures that move along the ground according to their kind, and God saw that it was good." And I think you'd agree with me this moment right now is a very good moment as we get to talking a little bit about about little Ember. A baby horse, and I'm giving some information out that's basic to you folks that know all about horses and foals. This is just a review, but for those of you who may not know much about little foals, I want to share with you some interesting facts about them. And a baby horse is called a foal until they reach the age of about 12 months, and then they're called either a filly, which is a female, or a colt, which is a male. They also use this term for donkeys, but generally the foal is about the horse. And so Ember is a little filly foal, and when she gets to be a year old, we'll call her a little filly. One of the things that was so very cool the other night was that I got to be here to watch all of the first things that happened with Ember. From getting born, of course, to all of the first things. Now remember, the gestation period for a horse to have her foal is 11 months, almost a year. And one of the things that's very, very cool is that our little Ember here was born just right about on time. Sometimes they can actually, it looks like she's trying to get in the water tank. She wants to paw the water. Anyway, sometimes it can take up to an extra month for a foal to come. But like I said, Mia, she's had 2 other babies, and so little Ember is her 3rd. A foal can actually stand within 2 hours after being born, and I will tell you what, it was a hilarious experience the other night watching her endeavoring to stand up with these 4 sticks, these 4 long sticks called legs, trying to stand up. And oh my goodness, she made the effort over and over and over again until finally she was able to get up. Something that's really important to know too is that they can walk and trot after birth as well, and that within 24 hours they can actually be in a full gallop, which is very interesting. Now, the size of the foal at birth will ultimately depend upon the breed and the size of its mama and parents, but on average a foal weighs between 150 and 200 pounds. That's usually about 1/10 of the mama's weight. And as they nurse and build up that muscle, that baby will put on an impressive 3 pounds a day. By that time, the colt is getting to feel her oats, and the filly's starting to feel her oats. And after 2 years, they'll be about 97% of their full height, depending, of course, on the breed, and probably able to be ridden after 3 or 4 years. Depends on the horse. The foal is born usually with the front legs and its head first, with its muzzle clear of the placenta or the red bag so that it can breathe the first time as it comes out. It's pretty amazing to watch. And here's another interesting fact, is that the foal's eyes should be open and bright. And I don't know if that was true for Ember because it was kind of dark when she was first born. We finally got lights on the situation, but she sure enjoyed playing in that water. And immediately after birth, if you look just inside her little lips, the little gums can be really, really red. Part of that's because of the birth process and the normal pressure of the birthing process, but usually it will turn pink or light pink later. Little Ember's was bright red, so she was right on task. Here's an interesting thing that I didn't know, but many of you may have known, is that the foal, when it is first born, lacks an immunity system. The foal is born basically without infection-fighting antibodies. An infection can set in very rapidly for these little guys. And so many times the umbilical stump must be disinfected for several days after the birth and watch for signs of any kind of illness that may have been started. But here's the deal, and God in His amazing, wonderful, genius creation provided for this little foal's immunity system by Mama here. A mare's milk provides immunity boost. So the first milk that the foal gets from its mama is called colostrum. And this milk boosts the foal's immune system. As we said, it's born with a little protection. The foal should get colostrum within the first hours of birth, or at least within 24 hours of birth. This not only provides antibodies, but colostrum helps the foal pass her first manure. The foal needs about 2 liters of colostrum in the first 24 hours of life. Now, I was here to watch this little beautiful foal get its first dinner, and what was so amazing about it was how Mia helped her find the food source. Mia just kept working and working and moving around so that that baby could get to the right place. Now, what was interesting is that she, moving around like she is, knew that she needed to do something. She needed to get to that food source, just kind of like she's doing right now. Mia's going to go back in the barn, and of course Ember's going to go with her. But that precious mama horse was doing everything that she could to make sure that baby got to the food source, just kind of like now. And it was a precious thing to see when she finally latched on and was able to get her first dinner. Ah, man, what a joy it is to be out here today and just understand, just seeing God's beautiful creation. I'm just blessed when I think about how He works in such detail. And the really cool thing is that God created animals for our pleasure and our enjoyment. And He has given us dominion and entrusted these beautiful, beautiful, precious animals to our care. What an absolutely amazing blessing. Well, I hope that that's a source of blessing for you today, and that you've enjoyed this. Maybe a source of encouragement as you've thought once again about how God has done such an amazing creation and did it all for you and for me. So, God bless you. I hope you have a great rest of this week. Happy trails to you, and stay narrow until we meet again.